Larson to the bottom of the track.
Slide job.
Trying to take the lead away.
Slide job.
Shades of Keselowski and Ambrose all over again. Buescher gets on the inside of SVG.
And Kenza cleared by Logano. Maybe no. Kenza takes him out. Logano into the wall. Caution comes out and the crowd roars.
Busch goes low. Burton blocks. He gets back up. Comes to the line. Jeff, your little boy, has done it. Harrison Burton wins in Daytona.
Larson has cleared him. Allgaier, look at his hands. Now looks to the
Here
bottom.
comes Larson off turn 2. Larson's got the run down the back.
Can he win 2 days in a row?
The rookie.
Can he battle Kyle Busch 2 days in a row?
He battled him yesterday and beat him.
Here he comes. Diving to the inside. Kyle took the block. He blocked him.
It's the Kyle and Kyle show off, turn 4.
How many times we seen this? This is like 4 or 5 times these two guys have battled each other for the victory.
Busch the veteran, Larson the rookie. Kyle Busch wins California.
Al, what was your thought about Keselowski's little pre-race declaration?
Who?
Brad Keselowski?
Yeah, I don't know who you're talking about.
Okay. He drives the number 12 car.
I saw it, but I passed it.
Hello guys, and welcome back to Calamity Corner. This is now episode 6, and I'm James, and I'm back here again with Mike.
What's going on, everybody?
Welcome back, Mike. Hasn't been too
Nice
long
to be
since
on
we've
once
last
more.
talked to you. Yeah, for sure. Alright, so with Sonoma happening, that was the first race of the NASCAR Cup Series in-season tournament. And you made a bracket, right?
Yes, I did, and it got busted within the first race. Because even though I had Denny Hamlin winning the bracket, I had Tyler Reddick going to the finals, and he ended up unfortunately losing to Alex Bowman, which I was very surprised about.
Yeah, unfortunately, Tyler Reddick did have power steering issues, and he did finish in Sonoma 4 laps down, which is unfortunate for him. And then, so, was Tyler Reddick and Alex Bowman the main upset, or was there another one that you had?
I'm going to look at my bracket really fast, but it doesn't look like Zane Smith actually, or no, never mind, I had that. It does look like that there was no other major upsets.
Okay.
It looks like I got most of my picks right, except for a couple that I was a little hesitant on.
Which ones would you say
I
that
tried.
you were hesitant on?
So for starters, I put in Daniel Suarez over Todd Gilliland because Daniel Suarez, I felt like had a lot more speed on road courses. He won at Sonoma a few years back.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
Todd Gilliland's solid on road courses. I probably should have gone with him. Zane Smith as well. I had him over Carson Hocevar because I didn't really know Hocevar's road course speed, and I felt like Zane Smith was on kind of a run, but Hocevar ended up winning that one. AJ Allmendinger and Chase Briscoe, I thought AJ would have pulled off the upset because of his road course speed, but he seemed to have fallen off a lot, and Briscoe ended up winning that one, which I'm not terribly surprised about because Briscoe is a great road course racer.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I feel like we got a replay of 2025 in relation to Sonoma this year because 1-2 was the same. It was the same two guys battling until the end.
Yeah.
So if I made a bracket, I would have agreed with your Suarez pick because with Spire now, I think he's been overall faster this year. He's
Way
had
faster,
more
yeah.
speed. He's run better. His team is honestly, I would say it's better than anything that he had at Trackhouse. Not
For sure. And, the sad thing is Trackhouse was built around Daniel Suarez, I felt like.
Yeah,
And
it
he
was
the first driver
until
that they ever really let go.
yeah, it unfortunately was until SVG came and then they threw all their eggs in SVG's road course basket.
Yeah,
would
I feel like they wanted to start throwing it a little bit at Ross, and then SVG started coming in, looking talented.
Yeah, because Ross almost won the championship in 2022,
Right.
which is pretty interesting. But yeah, okay, so for those of you guys that don't know, the in-season tournament for NASCAR, the drivers are seeded by the top 32 in points, and then drivers will face off in a race within the race format over 5 weeks, where the highest finishing driver in each head-to-head matchup advances, and in the end, the winner will claim a $1 million prize.
That goes to the team.
Of course. Yeah, it goes to the team, not the driver. And so we did talk about Alex Bowman eliminating Tyler Reddick. And then one point that I wanted to make was Denny Hamlin narrowly eliminating Ty Dillon.
I felt like that this would have been the year that he did that, because it was unlucky that Hamlin lost last season.
Yeah.
But Ty Dillon did have a good run.
Yeah, Hamlin's luck almost struck 2 years in a row, but fortunately for Hamlin and unfortunately for Dillon, Dillon did have power steering issues, which, makes the car harder to drive. Okay, and then getting into the rest of the results, Austin Cindric eliminates Brad Keselowski. Todd Gilliland, like you said, eliminates Daniel Suarez. Carson Hocevar eliminates Zane Smith. That was a really good matchup, I'd say.
Yeah.
Chase Briscoe and AJ Allmendinger. Briscoe eliminates AJ. Ty Gibbs eliminated Austin Dillon. Michael McDowell eliminated Bubba Wallace, which I don't think was very surprising because Michael McDowell was pretty good on the road courses compared to Bubba.
Yeah, absolutely. He's very underrated on road courses.
Yeah, for sure. And then Chase Elliott eliminates Noah Gragson. Not a surprise. Eric Jones eliminates Joey Logano. Now, for me, that's a little bit of a surprise just because it's Joey Logano.
That was another matchup I was a little hesitant on because I felt like it could have happened, but I was banking on the fact that Logano does have some speed on road courses.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty much all the ones I got wrong. I got everything else right.
Yeah, because Logano, he does have a win at Watkins Glen. And then Eric Jones, I haven't really heard much of Eric Jones on road courses, but this season overall, I think Jones has been a lot better.
Right.
All right. Going on to the rest of the matchups, we got Chris Buescher. He eliminates John Hunter Nemechek. Christopher Bell eliminates Ross Chastain. William Byron eliminates Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Kyle Larson eliminates Riley Herbst. SVG eliminates Ryan Preece. And Ryan Blaney eliminates Josh Berry. One thing I appreciated from SVG's and Ryan Preece's matchup was their interactions on Twitter. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, I like seeing drivers kind of have battles over this, and I feel like that's what the in-season tournament is, what NASCAR wants to project of the competitiveness, because I don't really see a lot of drivers mention about the in-season tournament. I feel like it's mostly the PR teams.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, we don't hear about it a lot. Like, I haven't even seen NASCAR advertise it as much as last year.
Yeah, that was part of my problem last year with TNT, and I was mentioning this in another chat that I wish that they would bring up the brackets more, and then they ended up showing the bracket, which I was really happy about. But last season, I didn't feel like there was a lot of coverage on it, and it was really annoying because I did make the bracket last year too, just for fun. But it was really annoying to not be seeing my picks as consistently as opposed to when you're in the playoffs, especially if they're trying to make this in-season tournament so important.
Yeah, for sure. I forgot to make a bracket this year. Which, honestly, my bracket probably would have been busted on the Tyler Reddick, Alex Bowman pick anyways.
Yeah. Because I had him in the finals against Hamlin.
Yeah. That would have been a good final.
Oh, yeah.
And so now the matchups for the second race of the in-season tournament at Chicagoland are going to be Alex Bowman and Cindric, Gilliland and Hocevar. We got teammates facing up each other, Briscoe and Gibbs. We got McDowell and Elliott, Hamlin and Jones, Buescher and Bell. Another pair of teammates with Byron and Larson, Van Gisbergen and Blaney. And then I just wanted to get your thoughts or like your predictions on these matchups. What do you think would happen?
So I think for the Bowman and Cindric, I busted that one because of Reddick.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my bracket on my phone, by the way, too. I think that Bowman could win this one because he hasn't won on Chicagoland. He's really fast on mile and a half, so I wouldn't be surprised if he does that.
Mm-hmm.
I think for Ty Gilliland and Hocevar, I think Hocevar's got it.
Yeah.
Let's see, Briscoe and Ty Gibbs. I'm gonna go a little surprising more. I'm gonna go Ty Gibbs.
Okay.
Let's see, and then Elliott and McDowell. I think Chase Elliott, no doubt, because he has a lot of speed on these tracks too.
Yeah.
On the other side of the bracket, Denny Hamlin and Eric Jones. Denny Hamlin. No need to explain that.
For sure.
Let's see, Buescher and Bell. I'm gonna go Bell. Just because again with the speed, Byron and Larson. I'm gonna go. This is actually a tough one.
Yeah, I would say that's probably the toughest one on the board right now.
Yeah, this is definitely a tough one because they both have speed, but I think I'm trying to see where I picked it. I picked William at first, but now I'm kind of thinking Kyle might get it.
Okay.
So I might change my pick over to Kyle.
Okay, that's fair.
Let's see. Ryan Blaney, I think he'll win over SVG, unfortunately, just because of the oval speed.
Mm-hmm.
That should be it, right?
Oh, yeah, that's all. All right.
Okay.
Those are good predictions. I would agree with most of them, even though, personally, I would have Briscoe over Gibbs. But that one is a close one as well, because both are teammates.
Yeah.
They both race.
The only reason I say Gibbs is I feel like he's been a little more faster than Briscoe over the last few races.
Yeah. Briscoe has been coming on lately, though, I would say. He's been a lot faster than the start of the season he had.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
All right. So now we're just going to move on to a preview of Chicagoland. Now, it's been a while since the Cup Series has raced here. This will be its first race since 2019. And
Thank God.
Yeah, we've missed Chicagoland a lot. And then Alex Bowman is the defending winner of that race. So if you guys want to look out for a driver to look carefully for, Alex Bowman might be one of those.
Yeah, like I mentioned, he has a lot of speed on these like mile and a half tracks. He's like really sneaky good on them. And I don't think he gets enough credit on those types of tracks. So anytime I can bring it up, I will, no doubt.
It just sucks for Bowman because they've always comparing him to his teammates. And I feel like sometimes
we could go into a full discussion on this, but
yeah.
He's one of the worst drivers probably on Hendrick, if not the worst. But he is a talented driver. I'd say he's fairly underrated and people don't give him enough credit. But
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he just doesn't have enough speed as his teammates.
Doesn't have the speeds like his teammates. I would say he doesn't have the crew chief either. Which
I don't think his crew chief's very good. I think they moved him up a little too fast.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, Alex Bowman, defending winner. If you guys need a pick, maybe Alex Bowman would surprise some people. We will have to wait and see. All right. And so this track is another 1.5 mile. So in NASCAR, those are considered to be intermediate tracks. So it's a 1.5 mile tri-oval, and all turns are banked the same at 18 degrees. So, in case you guys did not know, this track is very famous for a call made by Dale Jr. in 2018 in a battle between Kyle Larson and Kyle Busch. When,
as you may have seen in the intro.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, that is part of the intro, so that makes it funny. But yeah, that was a very good battle. And I thought Kyle Busch's interview at the end of that race was very funny. He said, if you guys don't like this racing, then why even watch?
Don't even watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, Kyle, I swear.
Yeah, rest in peace, Kyle Busch.
Rest in peace, Kyle.
All right. So NASCAR, they did have a tire test at Chicagoland on April 21st and April 22nd. And the drivers that participated in that tire test was one from each manufacturer, so one from Chevy, one from Toyota, and one from Ford. It was Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, and Ryan Blaney, excuse me. And I thought it was interesting that those three got to go test.
I'm not surprised by it. I think those are really the three guys you think of when you think of those manufacturers.
Yeah. Would you say that the tire tests would give them an advantage on Sunday, or would you say that the conditions of the track in April compared to now going to be July are going to be too different?
I think it's absolutely going to be different.
Yeah.
Because obviously April, different weather, and July is going to be really hot, especially down in the Midwest. I don't think those guys would even get an advantage in general because most of the drivers in the field, have raced on the track for starters, and the Gen 7 is really built on driver talent as opposed to just having the right car.
Yeah, for sure.
So I would say that those three will definitely do well on Sunday, but I wouldn't say that they're going to have an ultimate advantage over one another.
Yeah. And in case, for the people that don't know, so when NASCAR goes out and does a test, every driver gets access to their data, so it's not just restricted to the drivers that are testing on that day.
Yeah. I didn't know that, actually. That's cool.
Yeah. So, some track facts for everyone. Kyle Busch, like we said, he holds the record for most all-time wins on this track with 10 when you combine the Cup Series, Xfinity Series, and Truck Series. And then when you focus on mainly the Cup side of this track, Tony Stewart, he leads all time with 3 wins in 2004, 2007, and 2011. And then going back to the tire test, I noticed that Larson and Blaney both had some interesting things to say about it. Larson, he said, "You've raced so much between then and now, and I don't remember a whole lot of the track, other than just a big bump in 1 and some bumps in turns 3 and 4, and those are all still there." So, my question for you, Mike, is how different, because it will be different, right? Because they haven't raced here in, 7 years now?
Yeah, they haven't raced in 7 years, and a different car,
and the
mind
car
you.
is different, yeah. So, do you think the feel in the car for the drivers will be that different, or would it be just standard Chicagoland?
That's a great question, James. I don't think it's going to be standard Chicagoland because the last time that these drivers were on it was the Gen 6, and a lot of the field was in there. And the Gen 7, obviously, it does have a different feel from what we've seen. So I would say that these guys are going to be able to feel the bumps a little bit more. Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't even be surprised if we see a lot of tire wear like we had been seeing.
Yeah. It's some pictures I've seen on Instagram of the track. It looks a little bit more worn out, which I think is going to make for good racing. I've always appreciated more of a worn-out track because it's hard on the tires. It makes your drivers save tire early in the runs. And I think overall it just gives fans better racing.
Right, I agree with that for sure. Like with North Wilkesboro.
Ooh, yeah, North Wilkesboro. That's also going to be a race in a couple weeks here, so that's going to be fun to watch. And so the point that Ryan Blaney made, he was talking about tire wear, just like we were. And he said the tire fall off is going to be pretty big, especially when we come back in the summer. So we're going to be able to use everything on the racetrack, which is good. Now, would you...
That's definitely what I like to hear.
Yeah, that's a great thing to hear. One track, I wouldn't say they're very similar, but in terms of being worn out and like being an intermediate track was Auto Club. So do you think we could see like multiple lanes, like top, middle, bottom, 4 wide, maybe even on restarts? Do you think we could see that?
I don't think we're going to see 4 wide, but I do think we're going to see at least 2 to 3 lanes in the track for sure.
Yeah.
And that's just mainly how the track used to be able to run.
Mm-hmm. All right. So for the last part of this episode for Calamity Corner, let's get some predictions. Who do you think will win on Sunday?
I think at the time of the recording, I kind of want to go bold and say Bowman because he won the last race here. But I also think that Larson will be a big player.
Yeah.
As I mentioned last episode, he's been inching closer to a win. We mentioned how he has a 4.0 average finish in the month of June.
Yep.
And that is building up consistency to the chase with only 8 races to go. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's up there or he even wins the race.
Yeah. So Bowman and Larson would be your picks?
Pretty much right now at the time of recording, but I do want to see some practice right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Soon.
For sure. For me, personally, I guess the biased pick would be Kyle Larson.
Larson. Yeah.
But if we had
that would actually be cool to see him winning at Chicagoland, especially since he was battling with Kyle Busch and now Kyle's gone.
Yeah.
So it'd be really cool to see little Kyle get a win.
Yeah, little Kyle. That's what Kyle Busch called Kyle Larson. All right, and then I guess the unbiased pick for me, I want to go Hamlin.
Hamlin's a good pick, actually.
Strictly because he did the test. I think track time is important. So, I mean, any track time is important. I think any driver would say that.
Hamlin has a couple wins here, too.
Yeah.
So it's not like he can't win on this track. I remember he won a race. They did a race on my birthday. I think it was in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And he won that race when it was still the first race in the chase.
Yeah. All right. So, for a dark horse pick, I'm going to go out and say Shane Van Gisbergen. Might surprise some people.
It's not a bad pick. I think my dark horse... That's actually a great question. Dark horse pick for Chicagoland. Maybe... I wouldn't be surprised if Hocevar, but I don't know if you can call him a dark horse anymore because he does contend.
Yeah.
Daniel Suarez might not surprise some people.
Mm-hmm. I would say. All right. And so that'll do it for this episode of Calamity Corner. I want to thank Mike again for taking the time and being on here with me.
Yep. Thank you for having me, James. It was a lot of fun.
Of course.
And I hope I can come back on at some point.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for listening to Calamity Corner Podcast. If you want to learn more about me or the podcast, follow me on Instagram at jamesc._.24.